All right, and we are back to the channel where we talk about everything US markets, US headlines, and we break it down on TradingView and we make it fun. And this is an educational channel, not a sales channel, so we can all relax. So, you want to hear about the markets? You want to hear about the headlines? You want to see us break it down? Stay tuned. We got a lot to cover. Greetings. My name is James. I'm from the US. I'm from the Midwest, and basically there wasn't a whole lot going on in the Midwest except for farming and sports. And well, I enjoyed sports, but I had a passion for numbers. I really had I enjoyed numbers, so that's how I got into engineering. And engineering, while I was looking at engineering, it was all charts, patterns, and numbers, and that's what got me into the market. So I have a kind of an infinity for especially the tech sector, some of the healthcare sector, stuff like that. But I try to keep an open mind on a lot of different things. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have questions or comments, that's what it's here for. If there's a company that you want to see us break down and analyze here on TradingView, feel free. Again, this is TradingView. And if you're watching from home, it's everything US markets. So if you have a ticker or something, that's fine. Again, so here we go. Starting out, welcome. Straight again. My name is James from the Midwest, and all right, here we go. Some of the headlines that we have for today. We'll be talking about one of the ones we have to talk about is Mr. Musk. Mr. Musk is in the news big time a lot. What's he doing now? Well, he's got the TerraFab. Well, TerraFab is his new joint venture with Tesla, SpaceX, and XAI, and it's designed to consolidate every stage of semiconductor production under one roof. Okay, so imagine that. Also, keep in mind that the timing is interesting because we just saw the headline about how SpaceX aims to file for an IPO as soon as this week, possibly. We'll keep you up to date on that. And that's Mr. Musk. That's what he's doing. Also, we'll talk about Total Energies. The White House has just basically paid Total Energies $1 billion to kill off their East Coast wind farm projects. Basically condemned them as being very, very costly, and they're going to put their money into basically U.S. Liquid natural gas and oil instead. So there's that. Yeah. Also, we'll talk about the gold price and the silver price. It actually just came up a little bit. Actually, it snapped the 9-day losing streak because basically there was this talks about possible de-escalation of the war in the Middle East. And so bullion rose as much as 1.7% yesterday. And as I saw, silver jumped up a little bit as well. So we'll talk about that. We'll also show you how not only like when the metals jump up or go down, we'll show you how that affects the mining stocks as well. So if you are a gold bug or a silver bug or into some mining, we've got you covered here as well. Feel free to drop any comments or any thoughts you have about the metals as well or about the miners. Also, another thing we'll talk about is Amazon. Amazon's Zoox debuted robo-taxis in Austin, Miami later this year as it awaits to get paid rides approval. So if you're wondering what Zoox is, I'll show you. It's kind of interesting right here. Here's your Zoox. These little toaster box robo-taxis. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we'll talk about them. And we'll also talk about how Amazon also just acquired humanoid maker Fauna Robotics. Okay, so Fauna Robotics, it's a startup building humanoid robots. We'll talk about them. And Meta as well. Meta just was found guilty by the jury, saying that they need to pay $375 million for violating New Mexico law in child exploitation. Okay, also another one to stay tuned with is ARM. ARM is going to start selling its own chips. What is ARM? Well, basically, where is my ARM? ARM right here. Where is it? Yeah, ARM is a leading British semiconductor and software design company, and now they're going to start selling their own chips. They're expecting $15 billion the next 5 years. We'll break that down in just a moment. VR player, welcome. Hunter, greetings. Lucas, hello. Also, Meta, another update about Meta is they're planning to offer, where is my Meta? Yes, They're going to offer some of their top leaders stock options as pressure builds to keep up with AI and keep some of their talent there at Meta. Also, another story we have, Google just added Agile Robotics as a partnership as it leans into robotics and AI. Where's my Google story? Dun, dun, dun. There's Corning. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Wait, no. Google, come on. Where did I put you? Anyway, Google, where is it? Yeah, Agile Robotics. Agile Robotics is a Munich-based company combining artificial intelligence with advanced robotics to create intelligent, adaptable automation solutions. And that's Google just added them as a partner. Okay, there's that. Also, we will talk about Corning. What is Corning? Basically, why Corning? Because Corning shares also jumped up and rallied 60% year to date and over 200% in the last year, okay? Driven by massive demand for fiber optic products and $6 billion with a Meta deal. That's Corning, okay? H, greetings, Solo, hello, welcome to the show here. We're breaking down everything US markets, US headlines, and we promise it'll be fun. So let's do this. Okay, one of the first stories we have to talk about is Total Energies. And let's see, Total Energies, let me break that down here on Trading View. Here we go. Total Energies right here. Okay, here we go. Right there. Okay, so what is Total Energies and why do we care? Well, the White House is going to pay $1 billion to Total Energies to stop its wind farm projects, condemned it as being costly. And the French energy giant's investment is going to be diverted into U.S. liquid natural gas production instead of the Department of Interior. Made a landmark agreement with them. In fact, the U.S. will reimburse them dollar for dollar up to the amount they paid in lease purchases for offshore wind, and it will stop wind developments in New York and Carolina and invest them instead into development of 4 trains at Rio Grande liquid natural gas plant in Texas, as well as upstream conventional oil in the U.S. Gulf and shale gas production. And this is the interesting part as well. The Iran conflict makes U.S. the largest exporter of liquid natural gas in the world and even more critical supplier for Asia and Europe, okay? So let's break them down first. Here is Total Energies right here. Again, if you're watching from TradingView, here we go. And one of the first things I'm going to share with you is the indicators. Indicators right here. As you can see, there's a lot of price action here, and this is the relative strength index. Here's your 70 line, here's your 30 line, basically. What does that mean? Well, RSI, to be brief, when you hit the 70 line, that's where you start thinking it's overbought. When you hit the 30 line, that's when you start thinking it's oversold. So it's just a guide. Again, look at this. It can go way overbought before it ever market corrects and comes down, and it can go way oversold before it comes up. But you start thinking about it's in that area, it might correct and come down. Greetings, Lisa. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Right now we're breaking down Total Energies and introducing you to some of the indicators at first. Now look right here. Total Energies right now is sitting up here. All this price action right here. It's at 75 right there. So it's definitely overbought. And with all this price action, one thing I want you to see, Rob, hello, greetings. There's a lot of trade volume. This is the trade volume. Lots of trade volume with the price action, and the RSI is going straight up like that. Now let's look over here. Also, I want to show you the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence. So for example, just to be brief, the blue line, the MACD line, when it crosses the orange indicator line right there, crosses going down, you see the price chart go down as well. Now, when it crosses going up, as you see right here, crosses going up, right there, the MACD crosses going up, then you see right here, boom, the chart pattern goes up as well. That's the brief, very simplistic view of it. If you would like more information on how that MACD fundamentally works, feel free to send me a message. This is my, you can just send me a WhatsApp there if you want. There's that. Now, that's the RSI, that's the MACD. Let's break down a couple of these chart patterns right here. Dun, dun, dun. And let's see right here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, one of the first ones that I see jump out, okay, right here, is you'll see right here, bum, bum, bum. Here's your reverse head, here's your left shoulder, here's your right shoulder right there, reverse head, left, right. What is that? That's a reverse head and shoulders. No, this is not a shampoo commercial. I've heard that joke too many times. Gustavo, greetings and welcome. Here's your neckline, and then actually this one does, as you see, break out, bang, above the neckline right there. And then, let's see, this one breaks out and goes up. Now let me show you this. Dun, dun, dun. As you change the timing, expand, right down here, you'll see another one. Deborah, hello, hello, welcome. Everything US charts, headlines, indicators. This is an educational channel, so if you have questions about anything, want to know how it works, just let me know. Or if you have a question about a company, just drop it in the comments, we'll break it down. And also here is your, again, here's another reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, here's your neckline, and then here's your breakout going up, okay? And that's how that chart pattern worked. If we go over here, dun, 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 right here, let's change this a little bit, we'll see some more patterns as we go. Again, if you zoom in, zoom out, and also change the timing on your chart. My timing is on 1 day right now. Good day, I love that name. Welcome, welcome. Lotus Pearl, hello, hello, how are you? Like Sonic, greetings. Here's one that's really nice and easy to see. This one's actually formed very well. Here's, again, here's your reverse head. Here's your left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline right there. So if you look at that one, this forms a nice one. And this does actually break out right here. Bang, there's your breakout line. Reverse head and shoulders, bang, breakout right there. Let's see, Isra, hello, greetings. Welcome to the show. We make it fun, everything US markets and headlines. Now here, I'll show you, let me show you some different ones. We talked about double head and shoulders. Let's do a double bottom right here. Dun, 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 is your double bottom right there. See how it comes down to the exact same point, right here. Boom. There's your, see that point? It comes down to right that point and double bottom and then goes back up. That's your double bottom right there, and you can see how bang, it goes right up. So the double bottom, the sellers lose momentum and the buyers take over, and it pushes it up right there. And Walinka, greetings, welcome to the show. Everything US markets, US headlines. If you have a question about a ticker, feel free to put it in the comments. Yeah, and if you have something, if I go through some of these too fast, Lila, hello. And if I go through some of these too fast and you want to ask further questions about patterns or indicators, you can also contact me directly right there. That's my WhatsApp. And right here, okay, let's do this. We're looking at total energies. That's enough with total energies for now. Yeah, enough for the chart patterns. Let's go back here to this part and let me show you right here again. With all the price action right here, you do have a lot of trade volume right there. See, notice the trade volume. And with that trade volume right now, the volume is at 37,000. Market cap's at 190 billion. And if we go here to earnings right here, again, you have the quarterly and you have the annual earnings. The blue part is what was recorded, and the gray part is what Wall Street actually expected. And you might be saying, you know, who cares about this, right? Well, the earnings is one of the things that can tell you about the master man. Love that name. Welcome, welcome. Lila, hello, hello, greetings. Good to know you're a rising star. And Atha, OC, Richard Daly, Lipov. When you have a good earnings report that tells Wall Street that your company is strong and it's doing something well, and it can also, if you have a good earnings report, it can also affect your, the value of the company. It can also affect the investments if you do get more investments, etc. So quarterly, Q4 beat expectations, Q3 missed expectations, Q2 also missed expectations, but that's just quarterly. If we look here at the annual part, annually right here, 2025 just missed the expectations, 2024 missed it, and so did 2023. So to summarize, the last 3 years, only 2024 beat expectations. So of the last 3 years, only 2024 beat expectations. How does that correlate into profits, earnings, and revenue? Let's take a look, okay? Here we go. And JM, hello, and Q, greetings. If we go here and we look, interestingly, like I said, 2024 on the year, 2024 was the only year that beat earnings expectations. That's why I say, look at the earnings and look at the profits and revenues, because they don't always correlate. Here, 2024 was good, but over here, 2024, it was actually red all the way down. Your revenue, your gross profit, operating income, and net income all negative. Same thing with 2023. Actually, everything was negative. The only thing good about 2023 was the net income. 2025, also very negative, except for they had positive total revenue. Again, that's why you need to look at all the details. Eli, SR, welcome. Ira, Chris, greetings. We're breaking down total energies right now, and we're doing all the US markets and headlines. Here we go. So that's total energies. Now another one we're going to look at is Mr. Musk and his Terafab project. Let's take a look right here. Where is it? Go back here. Okay, here we go. TSLA. Okay, right here. This is the chart for Tesla. We're going to be looking at them next. Okay, and let's see. Wait a second. Bring this up and then bring this. Here we go. And bring this. There we go. Adjust this. There we go. Here is Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla. So this Terafab project that Mr. Musk has just planned and started, it's a joint venture between Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, and it's designed to consolidate every stage of semiconductor production. Jose, hello. Nicole, welcome. Designed to consolidate every stage of semiconductor production under one single roof. And it includes chip design, fabrication, memory production, packaging, and Terafab will be built in the north campus of the Giga Texas and building planned. It's going to dwarf that of Giga Texas, which is already one of the biggest buildings. It's one of the biggest buildings on Earth. Initial costs are in 20 billion to 25 billion range, and Musk notes that Tesla's capital expenditures for 2026 do not include Terafab. So timing is also interesting, because since SpaceX might IPO this week, that's also interesting. Now, Musk called Terafab the most epic chip building exercise in history by far. He is doing the project because Taiwan Semiconductor, TSMC, and Samsung aren't making chips fast enough for his AI and robotic needs. Interesting, right? So Terafab is targeting two types of chips, basically two types here. And there's the self-driving systems, the humanoid robots, and the robotaxis. And then we have the high-power variant hardened for space environments, for satellites, data centers, and XAI. And it has the capacity for 10 million robots a year, which would require 20 million chips. Again, they want 10 million robots a year, which would need 20 million chips. And that's approximately 6 times Tesla's current chip demand. Wow. And that's just the beginning, all right? Now, let's break down Tesla a little bit right here. Here we are. And for example, one thing you'll see right here, the RSI is sitting here at 47 right there. Now let me adjust this chart a little bit right here, and you'll be able to see right here. I want you to notice this. see the pattern right here in the RSI. It's basically staying pretty consistent. And even though it is going down a little bit, you'll also see that a little bit right here, the consistency right there in the chart. It's not really going up or down much. Dun, dun, dun. And right here, one of the things that you'll see is the chart pattern. Here's the head, here's the left shoulder, here's the right shoulder, and yes, it does break out and go down right there. If you look at that, here's your breakout from the neckline. Boom, right there, okay? MA, greetings, welcome. Mo the Patron, hello, hello. Stephen Coffee, greetings. Fatty Fats, hello, I love that name. And okay, now let's bring this over here to bring this down a little bit right here. Okay, and looking for other chart patterns, here is your double top right here. See that? Bang. It hits the same 2 points right there, hits it once and then hits it again twice, and then the buyers lose momentum, so it comes down. Jim Sum, hello, hello, greetings. Welcome, welcome. And right now we're looking at trading view. Dun, dun, dun. And okay, looking at it again, there's a double top. Also, here is your double bottom. You see how it hits the same point right there twice. Here is your neckline right there. And then here you go, bang, it just jumps up right there. And then let's see, dun, dun, dun. Noah Floods, am I okay? For example, good question. Noah Floods, if you would like, I can look at BTC for you, but if you would like more information on what to do and when, this is an educational channel, so the algorithm doesn't actually let me give you advice like that. But if you want to send me a private message, you can always contact me on WhatsApp, and I can give you more information on that specifically, okay? But since this is an educational channel, the algorithm won't let me, it'll ding me, it'll restrict the channel. So send me a message and I'll get right back to you with what you're talking about, okay? So there we go. And here we go. Yeah, bum, bum, bum. Here's one right here. For example, if we move this over and then, let's see, hold on. What happened to my, there we go. And let me bring this up, bring this down a bit right here, and adjust this. There we go. There, that's better. Now you can start to see, again, my time right now is on 1 day. If you adjust your time, you'll be able to see different patterns. Different patterns emerge at different times. Again, we've talked a lot about head and shoulders. Here's another reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's the breakout line right there. Got it. Thank you, Noah Floods. Thanks for the comment. Yeah. If you see right behind me, that's my WhatsApp. Send me a message there and I can send you more direct information about that I can't really share on the live stream. Okay, there's Tesla. There's some chart patterns for you. If you want to see more chart patterns, if you have more questions, feel free to contact me and ask me about more chart patterns and how to identify them and sort them out. But let's go on here. As you can see right now, trade volume is down for Tesla right there. And right now the volume is at 8.9 million and market cap is at 1.4 trillion. And right here, the earnings, boom, boom, boom. Greetings, AM Futures, hello. Julian, welcome. Denise, how are you? Student Meadow, April Smith. Quarterly right here, looking at Tesla, Q4, Q3, and Q2. All were less than expected for quarterly earnings. Q2 actually equaled it, but let's see what they got for annual. 2025 equaled expectations, and 2024 missed it. 2023 actually beat it. So looking at the earnings, 2023 was the best year for earnings. And 2025 met the expectations. So now let's look and see how that looks correlating with profit, revenue, and income. Here is, hit the annual button again, profit, revenue, and income. Interesting. 2023, as you can see right here, was the best year for earnings. and it wasn't that, again, it wasn't that great for gross profit. Gross profit was negative. Operating income was also negative, so was pre-tax income. 2023 for Tesla, the only thing that was good was revenue and net income. Also, 2024 wasn't much better. Only thing positive for 2024 was total revenue. Everything else was negative. 2025 was the worst year. Interestingly, again, that's why you have to look at all the information, because when you're looking at 2025, Tesla actually equaled earnings expectations. But if you go over here for looking at earnings and profit and revenue, it was all negative. So again, it doesn't always correlate that way. So look at everything. XAUUSD, greetings and welcome. Limbo, Sprocket, love that name. We're talking everything US markets, US headlines. If you have a ticker, drop it in the comments and we can go over it. And that's Tesla, okay? Also, one of the things that we will look at is, for example, gold and some of the gold miners. Why? Because, for example, gold just moved up. Again, they snapped, gold and silver snapped. Thank you very much for the likes. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are enjoying the channel and you appreciate some of this information, you can just put a smiley face in the comments or give us a like. That's always helpful. Thank you very much. I'm not an algorithm engineer, but I've been told that likes and comments and things like that do help the channel, so I appreciate it. Put a smiley face, put a like, there you go. Let's see. Tesla stock is being pumped by Elon. The PE, yes, actually, Tyrone, I kind of agree with you. I share the same sentiment. The PE is pretty outrageous. I got you. And let's see. For example, Belford, this is everything U.S. Markets and U.S. headlines. If you have a publicly traded company, Belford, just feel free to put it in the comments. Are we heading into a depression kind of? Okay, cap or die. I love the name. Are we heading? Let's see. Are we heading into a depression kind of? Actually, it depends on what you're looking at. Things can be good or things can be bad. It just depends on what sector and what area you're in. Actually, if you want, send me a message and let me know what sectors you're looking at or what things you're speaking directly about. We can go over that more directly. You look so much like Michael Keaton. Sprague, I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment. Right on. We'll do it. And the subtle humor is appreciated. JB, let's see. Okay. JetBlue Airways. Yes, let's do that. Lady, let's see. Thank you very much. Lady New, welcome. Zoki, hello. Never again. Welcome to the channel. All right, let's take a look at JetBlue Airways. We had a request for that. Let me bring this down and here we go. Let me take let's see. Talk like Batman for us. Again, Tyrone, appreciate the fun. That's what we're doing here. We have good vibes, a nice community where we can make learning fun, and yeah, keep the good times coming. Good vibes, Tyrone. Let's see. All I have. Oh, gotcha. No problem. Cap or die. All you have is crypto. That's okay. I understand. If you have, for example, if you want, send me a message, cap or die, about the crypto that you have, and we can talk more directly about that. On the live stream, though, we mainly go into publicly traded tickers, but we can talk more directly about crypto, world ETF and world ETF and it's recent. Got it. Jim Song, I'll get you that one in just a second. Sprague, I like it. Yeah, be chill. Anyway, for example, cap or die. That's my WhatsApp right behind me. You can just message me there directly. Let's see. I have some MSN. Okay, go. Let me go into that. I'll do that. Let me write these down. MSTR and and then XOM. Got it. I got these written down, and Okay. Will do, will do. Give you access to my indicator. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on one second. Let me go through some of these tickers first, and then I'll do this. Okay, we're looking at JetBlue, for example, right here. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. RSI is sitting here at 41, which is still pretty neutral. As you can see, it just recovered. By just recovered, I mean, yeah, it was all the way down here at 30 and just came back up. Yeah, okay. And and who asked me about JetBlue? Tell me why you're interested in JetBlue at the moment. Are you, okay, for example, if I, again, adjust the times, adjust the frames a little bit, my time setting is on 1 day. You'll see right here, for example, if you're looking for some chart patterns on JetBlue, it recently had a double top, and then again, you can see how it jumped right down. And then if I expand this right here and zoom out, see if I can find chart pattern down here. It's looking like it's going to be a reverse head and shoulders, but you cannot say for sure at this moment. But yeah, there was the double top forcing it down, as you can see. And then let's go back over here. Again, a double top, and then right over here you have a double bottom pushing it up right here, there, and then over here, and again, some of these patterns don't actually break out. As you can see, here's your head right here, and then left shoulder, right shoulder, but it doesn't actually break out. It just in line right there. And if we go right over here, again, JetBlue Airways, for the person that asked about this, sometimes you have to be a little bit creative with these chart patterns. Here's your, because they don't always jump out, here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and that leads to this downward pattern right there. And then here we go right here. Here's another one. This one causes this downward pattern. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline right there. Now that's enough patterns for there. Greetings, Dayan, Shirley. Welcome. Lucas, hello. Norma, greetings. Now let's go back over here. Those are some chart patterns for your JetBlue. Right now, you can see the trade volume is higher than normal. And right now the trade volume is sitting here at 2.3 million. Market cap is at 1.6 billion. And let's go here to the earnings. Esmeralda, you like my graphs, good. Yes, Belford, oil recovery and jet fuel costs, indeed, yes, due to the war. Yes, I share your same sentiments, and you're welcome. Yeah. Actually, it's interesting you say that. I just saw the article, what was it, a couple of days ago. United is going to cut back on, just to make sure I tell you the right thing. I had that right here in my notes. A couple of days ago, United is going to cut back on 5% of their flights for the same reason, because of the jet fuel going up, because it's going to add something like $11 billion annually to their flight costs. So they're already, hold on, I have that right here. Oh, I thought I did, but yeah, United's cutting back, and they're going to cut back, here it is, 5% of their flights as it sees oil going above $100 through 2027, and their annual fuel bill could rise by 11 billion. So again, Belforden, interesting, right? Yes, graphs are fun, all the nice colors, indeed. Yeah. All right, so here's JetBlue for their earnings. Again, this is quarterly. Q4, again, it was more negative than expected. Q3, less negative than expected. In Q2, less negative than expected. So even though it's in the negative, as long as it's less negative than expected, that looks good on the earnings report. Annually, for the year 2025, was actually more negative than expected by Wall Street. 2024, less negative, in 2023 less negative. So how does that correlate with the revenue, the profits, and the income? Go right here, and again, just to show you this right here. So the better years were 2023 and 2024 because they had the better earnings reports. So 2023 and 2024. 2023 actually, for the person that asked about JetBlue, the revenue, profits, income were all green all the way down. However, 2024, they also had a good earnings report, but they were all negative, as you can see, revenue, profit, earnings, etc., just negative. And interestingly enough, here 2025 on their earnings report, they were more negative than they expected. But on 2025, they did have income. However, their revenue, profit, and operating income were all negative. So hope that gives you a little bit of some insights into JetBlue. Got it. Yes. Yeah, Jim Som. Yeah, Jim Som. If you have questions or anything about the chart patterns or whatever you're looking at or certain strategies, feel free. There's a WhatsApp number behind me. Contact me that way if you want. Now there's JetBlue. We also, what was the other one I'm going to look at? MSTR. Let's do that. Here we go. And greetings, Jose, Elizabeth. Welcome to the channel. Jim, fancy face. Love that name. Welcome. We're breaking down. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right. Oh yes, strategy. This is a famous one. Dun, dun, dun. Let me adjust my graphs and charts here a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. And then here we go. Oh wait, hold on. Bring this back. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And let's see if I can make some of these patterns jump out. Adjust the graphs so the patterns do jump out a little bit. And okay, here we go. Right now, RSI is sitting here. We're looking at strategy. Sitting here at 50, very neutral at 50. And remember we talked about how between 45 and 55, very neutral. It extends a little bit more. And right now, as you can see on this chart, I want to show you this correlation right here. So right here, you see the RSI, very neutral right there. Look at the chart pattern. There's kind of an invisible ceiling, invisible floor right there. Invisible ceiling, invisible floor. Or you can call it resistance and support, continuation, consolidation. You see the correlation right there. So that's that. Interesting, right? And then if we go over here, let me, again, if you adjust it, zoom in and zoom out, you'll see these tiny little patterns appear. And then right here, here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then bang, there's your neckline. And this one does break out right here. And let's see, OGA, thank you very much for the likes. Leah, hello. Yeah, if you enjoy the channel, if you're enjoying what you see, feel free to put a smiley face or like it or whatever, and that helps the channel grow. I'm not the algorithm engineer, but I've been told it does help the algorithm push the channel higher. So here again, this is how the market corrects and then moves down with this. You see how the head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and it keeps the graph, keeps the chart going down. For the person that says you love my charts and graphs, I hope you still like that. Who was it? Esmeralda, yes. Green colors, red colors, it's all fun, right? This is how we make it fun. And again, so we have a lot of these head and shoulders that keep the chart moving down, looking at strategy. And for example, who asked me about this? Give me your thoughts about strategy, and let me know why you asked about it. Yeah, here we go. Here's the head, here's the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and then bang, you can see that, and it goes down. There's a few charts there for strategy. Let's go on. We can look at some of the other ones too. Yeah, that's enough. For the person that asked me about strategy, if you want other chart patterns or other insights on this company, just send me a message, let me know. But let's move on here to some of the fundamentals. As you can see right now, the trade volume is way down right there. Well, trade volume is way down, Hello, greetings. Sheikh Sadibu, welcome. XOXO, that's a cool name. Welcome to the channel, Miss Siraj. Hello. Volume right now is at 4.2 million. Market cap is at 47.63 billion. And if you go here, okay, quarterly right now. Again, this is for strategy. Q4, much more negative than it was expected by Wall Street. Q3, however, beat the earnings report by a lot, and so did Q2. Now, look at the annual side. 2025 was much more negative than it was supposed to be. 2024, again, very negative. 2023, however, was the only year that in the last 3 years that had a good earnings report and beat the earnings. Let's see, cap or die. I'm expecting lower prices for MSCI. I bought it simply as got it. I got. Okay, cool. Thanks for that explanation, cap or die. I appreciate that. Good insights. Yeah. Okay. Very well. Okay. Now, for example, like I said, let's see how this correlates with the revenue, profits, and earnings. 2023 was the best year for earnings. So here annually, interesting. 2023 had a good earnings report, but 2023 had terrible revenue, profit, and operating income. And also, let's see, 2024 was also not much better. Everything was negative there. And 2025, revenue, operating income was good, but everything else was negative. So bear that in mind, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of insights about strategy for the person that asked. And now let's go to, I'm putting these in order. Let's go to, someone asked me about Oracle. Let's go for that. Norma, greetings. Lewis, hello. MHT, Kopi, greetings. Welcome to the channel. Everything US markets and headlines. And we're breaking down Oracle right now. Oracle. Dun. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. And let me see, adjust this a little bit so the patterns jump out. Okay, looking at Oracle right now. Dun. The RSI is sitting here very neutral at 45. And let me zoom out of this. Yeah. And it's been pretty neutral. Okay, look at the RSI. It's been pretty much the same, hanging in there since about March 4th. Yeah, almost the whole month it's been about the same. And you can see that kind of right here in the price chart. Yeah, see that? And the RSI are very similar like that. And done. Okay, and as you see that with the RSI being very neutral, the MACD also runs very neutral right there as well. So just take note of that. And then, for example, again, zoom in, zoom out, and just adjust your timing. You'll see different patterns emerge. Right here, again, you have this small, tiny double bottom. When you have the double bottom, the sellers lose momentum and the buyers take over. And that's why you see this tiny little rise that you wouldn't normally see if you didn't zoom in on it. And then, let's go, let me show you some more right here. And then here we go. Let me bring this down. Okay, and then here's Oracle. Right here, you're looking at, here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Again, these are the chart patterns. The head and shoulders will actually force it to go down. That's what it's supposed to do, and you see that right there. Boom, it breaks the neckline. Yeah, and again, sometimes you have to have the creative imagination to be able to see this stuff. You'll get better at it with practice. Fatu, Torre, hello. Big Hank, greetings and welcome. Farhad, hello. Shirley, greetings. Mumtaz, hello. All right, here we go. Okay, done. And let's see. Okay, and that's Oracle. Give you, oh, here's a good one. Right here, this is easy, jumps out. Here's your double bottom. You see how they both come down right here and they cross at the same point right there. You see my arrow, and then the two bottoms at the same point. The sellers lose momentum and then bang, the buyers take over. Lucas, greetings. Juliano Franco, hello, hello. And okay, for the person that asked about Oracle, yeah, here's one where you have the reverse head and shoulders, and this one does have a pretty good breakout on the neckline right there. Bang, right there. So that one does work pretty well. And let's see. Okay, that's enough chart patterns for Oracle. If you have more questions about chart patterns with this company, just feel free to, whoever it was that asked about Oracle, if you need more of that, feel free to message me and ask me for more specific detail. Again, right now you'll see the trade volume is down because there's not much price action. So the trade volume is down. Six Smoke, hello, hello, greetings. Sugar Daddy, love that name, Mumtaz. And right now the volume is at 3.4 million. Market cap is at 429 billion. And then right here, you'll see quarterly, Q3, Q2, and Q1 didn't beat it, but Q2 and Q3 for Oracle beat expectations. Now annually, let's look at 2024. 2024 beat annual earnings expectations. So did 2023. Wait, no, 2023 missed it. I'm sorry. 2022 beat it. 2024 beat it. 2023 missed expectations. So let's go to the let's see. J-Tess Ortega, greetings and welcome. Let's Diwa, hello, hello. And yeah, let's go. Let's look at the earnings and revenue and income to see how that correlates with these earnings reports. So 2022 and 2024, and here we go. Interesting. So this one worked out pretty good. So 2022 and 2024 had good earnings reports, and actually they have pretty good revenue and profits and income overall. 2022 was green all the way down except for operating income. And then right here, 2024, also green all the way down. Interestingly enough, even though 2023 had a slightly bad revenue statement that year, look at 2023. Its revenue, profit, income was all good all the way down. So who was it that asked me about Oracle? Cap or Die, you asked me about Oracle. Hopefully, and you asked MSTR. Hopefully that's useful for you. Again, you can always message me if you have further questions. Let's go to, let's see, what's the next one here in line? Oh yeah, Exxon Mobil. Yeah, this is a good one. Who asked me about this? Where is it? Whoever asked me about Exxon Mobil, thanks for the question. This is interesting. Saran Heredia, welcome, welcome. Let's see. All right, bring this down a little bit right here, and as we go right over, okay, and then adjust this. There we go. There we go. Okay, now looking at Exxon Mobil, which is an interesting one right now for sure. RSI is sitting here at 69. Definitely. You see it. You see the RSI. It stays overbought for a while before market corrects. So again, that makes it pretty. That's why I say the RSI and the MACD are just guides. Use them as just a guide and not face value, because they can stay way overbought or way oversold for a long time before they ever market correct. And then right here, you see how again Exxon just keeps market correcting and going up right there. And boom, right here, all the price action is because there's a lot of trade volume, because there is a lot of price action. And then if you can look here inside, for example, right here, you can see some of the smaller patterns. Here's your double bottom, which makes this chart pattern go up right here, bang. And then right over here, if you, again, here's your, basically, you can see another small, very small double bottom right in here, and those keep the chart pattern going up. Again, the double bottoms generally create an upward pattern, and as we go down here and separate this, yes, change the timing, you'll see some of these patterns emerge. What do we have here? This is another double bottom, and so the chart goes up. Karen, okay, great, thank you very much. I look forward to it. Um, yeah. And then right here, let me adjust this. Keep adjusting, keep zooming in and out, and you'll see the patterns as they emerge. Britt, hello, greetings. BFG, welcome. And let's see. Again, sometimes you have to be pretty creative with these because they are not just always easy to see. Aha. But here, for example, again, you have the reverse head, left shoulder, and then the right shoulder. And here's your neckline. And this one does break out and go up a little bit right there. Bang, okay? And then right over here, zoom out, zoom in, and yeah, for example, sometimes they don't break out. Here's your reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, and then that one doesn't really break out that much. Now zoom out, come over here, and right here, you'll see this one right here kind of emerge a little bit. It's hard, it's difficult, but here's your reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, and then as you can see right here, it sends this one going up, bang, right there. Cool. So there's that, and for X on, here we are. Just to go back here and zoom, yeah, just showing you some of the price action right now, showing you the trading volume, and again, right now you have an RSI sitting there at 70, and we'll see what happens. Pay attention to what's going on right now in the Middle East and follow that one. James Thomas, hello, greetings and welcome. Everything U.S. markets and U.S. headlines. Right now, the volume for Exxon is sitting here at 2.9 million. Market cap is at 682 billion. And right here, the earnings. Again, there's quarterly, annually. For example, quarterly for Exxon, Q4 just barely beat it. Q3 and Q2 also beat it for the quarterly earnings. Annually, right here, 2025 just barely missed it for the annual earnings expectations. 2024 beat it, and 2023 beat it. So to summarize, if you're going to summarize Exxon's earnings, the last 3 years, it all beat earnings expectations except for the year 2025. Now, how does that correlate with revenue, profits, and income? Let's go over here. So statements. This is why you look at everything. Oh my God, all in red here. So 2023 and 2024 had good earnings. However, 2023 had terrible revenue, profit, and income. Fatu, greetings, hello, thank you for the likes. Yes, and 2024 was not much better. Everything was negative except for total revenue. 2025, everything was negative also. So again, here's your, like I say, here's your earnings. Basically, you had 2 good years and 1 year that just barely missed it. But again, that doesn't correlate with the revenue and profit and income very much. So always make sure you look at all the details you can to make sure it'll fit in with your strategy. T-Bone, hello. Odessa, greetings and welcome. Abraham, yeah, is that. So that's Exxon. For the person that asked about Exxon, hopefully that was helpful to you. If it was, if you are enjoying the show and having a good time, learning something, give me a smiley face in the comments or give it a like, something like that. Mark Green, cool glasses. Mark Green, these are not the sunglasses actually, but these are actually blue blocking glasses. The orange tint actually helps to block the harmful blue light so that you know, when you're looking at a phone or looking at a computer or whatever you're looking at, the harmful blue light doesn't give you the eye soreness, it doesn't give you the headaches. Sometimes if you look at, if you're looking into blue light for too long, you might notice your eyes get sore, you get a headache, and that kind of helps to block that. So it's like a biohack. So on this channel, you not only learn about US markets, US headlines, but you also learn about good biohacks too. So Mark Green, hopefully that's interesting. Thanks for the question. And yeah, Thanks everyone for the likes and the comments. That was Exxon. All right, Exxon, and let's see. Here we go. Terra Wolf. All right, let's take a look at this one. Dun, dun, dun. What is Terra Wolf? Terra Wolf Incorporated owns and operates fully integrated, environmentally clean Bitcoin mining facilities in the US. It will generate domestically produced Bitcoin powered by nuclear, hydro, and solar energy. Interesting. Thanks for sharing this. Let's see. The glasses are not doing it for me. Let's see. You should just try smoking if you want to look cool. It's not about looking cool. Glavin Zach, it's actually if you are aware, it's a biohack. They block the blue light, and it's not supposed to do anything for you. It's actually supposed to do it for me. So that's the key. It's not here to help you. It's here to help me. It blocks the blue light from the screens. You can simply Google that. I'm shocked that you're not aware. But if you want more information on that, just ask. But yeah, it's look it up. Blue light blocking glasses. It's yeah, they actually work. It's quite helpful. I would still go. Your subtle humor is appreciated. Yeah, it'll work. I'll take it. Dun, dun, dun. So if I sat here with a cigarette and the blue light blocking glasses, that would be great. Yes. Thank you for the rec. No worries, man. Just here to help. Okay, Cap or Die. Okay, here's Terra Wolf, Kratos. Greetings, hello. All right, here we go. Terra Wolf. Right now, okay, let's do the obvious. Okay, for example, right now, RSI is sitting here pretty neutral. And let's see, how does that reflect? Basically, right here it's neutral, and then just like as you can see here with the RSI, you can see it getting ready here for, maybe there's going to be a catalyst. As you can see, it's jumping out right here, and looking at the MACD also shows the same thing. You see the MACD crossing the signal line right there. Be aware of that. Now let's go right over here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, hold on, let me change this a little bit. Zoom in, zoom out. Sometimes these chart patterns are not very fun. Let's see what I can find for you right here. Dun, dun, dun. Let me bring this down and change. Okay, here we go. Actually, there is a very small, you can see this, here's your very small head and shoulders right here, keeping that down. And then if you go right over here, here is your double top. Zoom in, zoom out, you see that double top brings this down. And then oftentimes you have the double top and then you have the reverse double bottom, and dun, 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 you see that right here, the double top to bring it down and the double bottom to push it back up. That happens a lot. Just like sometimes you see the head and shoulders followed by the reverse head and shoulders, okay? And dun, dun, dun. All right. And for those that just ask, this channel is for everything US markets, US headlines. If you have a ticker about that, feel free to drop it in the comments. But yeah, this channel is mainly for US markets and US headlines. And let me change this to see if I can get some other ones to. Yeah, when I adjust that, look at what jumps out right here. Adjust this, and now you see here's the reverse head down here, left shoulder, right shoulder, and there is your reverse head and shoulders to push this chart back up. Okay. Now again, if you don't adjust that, you don't see that. Okay. And then what's another pattern to keep this chart going up? Adjust that, and you will see right here. Here is a correction, and then you have your double bottom right there. You see that, and then the correction and the double bottom to keep it pushing up. The double bottom pushes it back up, and it goes up right there. And again, keep changing your adjustments, and you'll see different ones come out. And okay, so that's Terra Wolf. Some chart patterns there. Let's move on. Here we go. Adjusting this back, and then right now. Right here. Okay, so again, For trade volume right now on TeraWolf, as you can see, it's low right now because there isn't much price action. In fact, right now the trade volume is 10.4 million, market cap is at 7.4 billion. Earnings right here, for example, quarterly for TeraWolf, Q4 had a very negative earnings and actually was more negative than it was supposed to have. Larry, greetings and welcome. Mona, hello. Sun45, welcome to the channel. Everything US markets. So Q3, Q4 were both very negative, more negative than they were expected to be. And Q2 actually was the only one that was had a positive earnings report because it was less negative than was expected. So let's go here to statements. Go to annually. 2023, actually 2023 as a year was more negative than expected. 2024 also more negative. 2025 also more negative. So last 3 years, the 3 years year over year, were all three more negative than expected. So a very bad earnings report there. Abdullah, hello, greetings. Monique and Hassan Yemen, hello. So statements here, let's go here. Interestingly enough, 2023, even though 2023 had a negative earnings report, 2023, as you can see, revenue, gross profit, operating income, pre-tax income, net is all positive. Now 2024, look here, 2024 was also negative, 2025, yes, and but 2024 and 2025 were all much more negative. 2024 for TeraWolf, total revenue was good, gross profit was good, but everything else, operating income was negative, pre-tax income negative. However, net income was positive. It's 2025 that was the worst year of all, for negative gross profit, negative operating income, and negative net income. However, in 2025, they did have good total revenue. So that's a little bit of a summary there on TeraWolf. Dun, dun, dun. For anyone, for the person that asked about that, hopefully it gave some insights and was helpful. Dave, hello, greetings. Sharon, welcome. Kim, hello. That's terrible. Now we were talking about also we were talking about that's terrible. We were talking about gold because gold actually bullion just rose up 1.7% yesterday, and because they were having some talks about maybe they will have a de-escalation in the war. So Caprodai, hopefully that was helpful to you. If you have further questions, just send me a message and we can go more in depth on that. But again, so gold went up 1.7%. I wanted to show you a little bit about how that affects the stocks on that. So let's go to Freeport McMoran. This is a mining company stock. I'm sure some of you have probably heard about this. If you are a gold bug or a silver bug and you like the precious metals, feel free to put a smiley face. Let's do that. Dun, dun, dun. Big old smiley. Say I love metals in the comments. Caprodai, no stress, man. Good stuff. And okay, so Freeport McMoran, I wanted to show you this because there's a correlation right here. Dun, dun, dun. As I bring this down, now you'll see right here. Where is it? Now right here, this green candle that represents basically what happened with bullion. So when bullion goes up, so does the mining stock. Basically, not always, but there is a good correlation. Bandy, hello. Ivan, hello, and greetings. Jason, hello, welcome to the channel. Now right here, so for example, this is Freeport McMoran. It's a big mining company. Now you see the RSI sitting here at 46, very, very neutral. And that's, yeah, very neutral. If you see, look also at what the MACD is doing. It kind of correlates right there. Now, I just wanted to show you that even though the mining stocks do take a dive when the prices of metal go down, the mining stocks also correlate directly with the price, and they immediately start to rise when bullion rises. Again, looking at the RSI on this, earlier, super overbought, but that's because they had a very good price chart. As you remember, this year was a very good year for metals and the miners until just recently here in January, right? but there's a little bit. I just wanted to show you that. So that's Freeport McMoran. If you are into the metals and you want to share one of your thoughts or comments, feel free to do so. Let me try to find some interesting patterns for you as they appear right here. Again, sometimes you have to have a very creative sense, and they don't always show up very easily. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, these sometimes they are a pain to see. I will say that. Here we go. So for example, one of the things that shot this one up, as you can see this increase right here, you see right here, if you adjust and zoom in, here's one bottom, here's two bottoms, there's your double bottom right there. If I listened, I would have been buying physical silver 2 years ago. I have a few silver and copper mining. Oh yeah. If I listened, I would have been buying physical silver 2 years ago. I have a few silver and copper. Yes, good. Actually, I'm curious, Capper Die, what's your thoughts on not only the mining stocks but also the physical stuff? You know, are you only have the you have the paper mining stocks, but do you also look into the physical metal itself, or no? What are your thoughts on that, and why one or the other, or why both? Just I'm curious to get your insights on that. Okay, and then this is Freeport. A couple patterns that force the charts. Oh, here's one. Again, if you're looking for more charts, here you go. Right here. Here's your double bottom. And then if you're wondering, yes, double bottoms also have necklines. So where does the double bottom break out? If you see where they meet right here in the middle, you see my green crayon circle right there. Where they meet in the middle, that's the double bottom neckline, and that's also when it crosses that, that's where it breaks out. Boom, that one's got a nice neckline with a breakout, as you can see right there. If you like all my crayons and coloring, makes it nice and fun. Also, here's there you go. Here's a really nice head and shoulders. It has a nice neckline, a good breakout, forms very easily. Yes, very nice. Boom, breaks out and goes down. That's Freeport McMoran. Now, I also want to show you, let's see, here's another one. Let's do Hecla. This is another mining company, and I just wanted to show you how this one can also immediately show you when bullion prices change, how the mining prices can change too. For example, bring this down right here, and then it's over here, right here, and then right here. Okay, yeah. So for example, look at this. This is Hecla Mining. This is their recent chart, and then you can see how the changes in the market really affected them. Bang, right there, it went down. But here's also what I wanted to show you right here. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. Where is it? Okay, right here. You see this arrow right here? You can see right here on these candles, immediately it started to turn up as soon as bullion rose just a little bit. So again, this is how the mining stocks also follow in sync with the some of the prices of the metal. Okay, if you're watching from home, this is on TradingView, and I'm looking at Hecla Mining because there was a recent price adjustment with bullion. Yeah, if you're a gold bug or silver bug and you're enjoying this, let me know. And also, for example, here's a chart pattern, one of them that caused the chart to go down right here. Here is your head right here, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then there's your neckline, and then here's your breakout right there. Okay. Sorry, Capper Die. Yes, I have physical silver, very small amounts. I still continue to buy going forward. Something about a hedge against inflation and money printing. I'm kind of, dude, Capper Die. Yes, exactly. I share your same sentiments. I really enjoy your insights on that because I'm pretty much on your wavelength there. Hedge against inflation. Doesn't matter if you're new or not, you have the right idea, and I agree with you about the money printing because let's think about it. gold basically is, it's always been valuable for hundreds of years, and gold has intrinsic value. And also, what is it? The BRICS are going to be using gold to back up their unit. If you want more information on that, let me know. But they have that. It's called the unit, and they're actually making a system for that as we speak. Again, getting away from the dying US dollar, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, and silver is also basically, you have the hedge, but silver is interesting because it's different from gold because it has also industrial uses, right? You have the solar panels, you have the electronics. Every time there's a kaboom over in the Middle East, that's a bunch of silver that's gone and never coming back. Silver is also in electronics, phones, solar panels, etc. So it has industrial uses, and you can read what you want, or do your research about the COMEX and the LBMA and what's happening there. If you it's interesting. If you want to talk more about that, I'd be glad to. Send me a message and we can dive more into that. But yeah, very good comments, very good thoughts. And this is Hecla. And if you're going to ask me when is precious metals going to rebound more, again, that's another one we can talk about. But okay, here's Hecla. Volume right now is at 3.98 million. Market cap is at 12.4 billion. And Rach, greetings and welcome. Welcome to the channel. Tatiana, hello. Everything U.S. markets and U.S. headlines. And let's go here to the earnings right here. Quarterly, Q4, Q3, and Q2 all beat the expectations. And annually though, 2025, yes, for the year beat expectations. 2024 the same. 2023 actually equaled it. So you could summarize by saying the last 3 years Hecla either equaled it or beat expectations. Let's look at how the profits and income come out on this. So annually right here, 2023, interestingly, 2023 was not the best year. Net income was negative, pre-tax income negative, gross profit was also negative. 2023, the only thing that was good was revenue and operating income. And let's see, again, correlating with the earnings. So 2024 and 2025 beat earnings expectations as well. And in this case, it does correlate pretty well. They had the best, all the revenue, all the profit, operating income, and net income. It was all green, all good. So interestingly, why do I point this out? Because the earnings do not always correlate with profit and income. Sometimes they're very, very different. So that's why you always want to look at all the information. That's what I'm showing you here right now. And so that's Hecla. Let's also go into another one we have to talk about. It's Amazon. Why are we going to talk about Amazon? Because Amazon has these fun little XAUUSD self-driving units. By the way, before I go on, if anybody has more questions or comments about precious metals or precious metals mining stuff, you can always send me a message to ask more about that. But here's Amazon XAUUSD, fun little toaster oven taxis. Now, what's interesting about this is they're going to debut these robo-taxis in Austin, Miami later this year as they await for paid ride approval. And XAUUSD will soon deploy its toaster-shaped robo-taxis, which have no steering wheel, no pedals, for testing in both cities. And their trips will only be for employees and friends before it launches its Explorer program. Now, keep this in mind. Amazon acquired XAUUSD in 2020 and started in Vegas and San Francisco as of late March. It has served 350,000 rides and 500,000 have joined the wait list, okay? So that's XAUUSD. XAUUSD is racing to catch up to basically Alphabet's Waymo, which is the US robotaxi leader. Waymo currently offers 400,000 paid rides per week across 6 US metro areas. It's also aiming to expand service into London and Tokyo this year. And its biggest hurdles, launching a paid service and producing enough robo-taxis to meet demand, okay? And remember, if you were watching a couple of days ago, XAUUSD has already made a partnership with Uber this month to help out with some of these problems. Yes. So again, that's Amazon. Another reason why we're looking at Amazon is because they also just acquired this approachable humanoid robot. The maker is called Fauna Robotics, and this approachable humanoid robot maker, it's a startup. It's a startup founded in 2024 by former Meta and Google engineers. So these Meta and Google engineers broke off and formed their own humanoid robot company, and they launched this thing called Sprout. Sprout's the $50,000 bipedal robot. So it's about 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 50 pounds, and is designed to be friendly. And Fauna's 50 employees will be joining Amazon in New York. And again, competition, Tesla is also developing the Optimus. So there it is. Yeah. And again, this is not a script. This is my notes for the day. Let's see, cap or die. Yes, there's so many things happening in the background. It's hard to keep up. Some say the resolution to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, which yes, good insights, cap or die. I share your same sentiment and thoughts about that. The resolution to opening the Strait will change in the currency of payment. Yes. Yeah. Basically, I do not disagree, and you could very well be right. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Okay, so there's Amazon. So let's take a look at Amazon. Dun, dun, dun. Again, here are these fun little toaster oven robo-taxis. If you have robo-taxis or toaster oven taxis like this in your city, or if you've ever seen drones making deliveries or robots coming to the restaurant to pick up the deliveries, let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know, has anyone ever tried Amazon Zoox or what is it, Alphabet's Waymo, and did you enjoy it or not? This is kind of interesting, actually. So here we go. Amazon, bum, bum, bum. Amazon. Okay, dun, dun, dun. And dun, dun, dun. Okay, 1 second. All right, now one thing to notice quickly off the bat right here is Amazon's RSI relative strength index is very, very neutral, sitting right there. And the same thing right here, okay? Basically, you have the resistance right there, or the invisible ceiling, or the invisible floor, the support, whatever you want to call it. And then you can call it continuation, consolidation, but you see it right there. Also, you see it right here in the MACD, moving average convergence, divergence. And then as you, for example, this is interesting, zoom out, zoom in, and the patterns kind of emerge. So look at this pattern right here. Here's your bottom, here's your left, here's your right, kind of right there. And then this you can see kind of goes, it doesn't break out much, but it does go up a little bit right there. Again, those are the small patterns that you see when you change your time and zoom in, zoom out. Shivis, greetings, hello. Bangus, hello. Isnardo, yes, welcome to those who are joining. Everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines, and we break it down, we make it fun. Again, this is an educational channel, not a sales channel, so everybody can relax. If there's a ticker you want, just feel free to drop it in the comments. And then right here, again, here's what caused this downward plunge right here. Look at this chart pattern right here. Here's your double top, and it brings it down. And then right over here, again, sometimes these chart patterns do not show themselves easily. Zoom it out and zoom it in, adjust the time, and oh, here's one that jumps out. You can see right here how right here, here's one top and one bottom and two bottoms right there, and you can see how they both come down to about the same point right there, almost the same point. There's your double bottom. Juan, hello. User 357, greetings. And so there's your double bottom, and then your double bottom, bang, right here, it goes up right there. Yeah, sorry. dun. Okay, and then yes, zoom out a little bit right here. You'll see here's your head, here's your left shoulder, right shoulder, and that makes this chart pattern. You can see after this chart pattern, the chart goes down, breaks the neckline there. AVTC, one of my worst picks. Take a look if you want to laugh. President Trump, Bitcoin mining music company, I believe. Oh, let's see. Yeah. One of your worst picks. I love your humility. It's great, Capardai. Yeah, I heard about the president's Bitcoin mining company, but I didn't know much about it to be perfectly honest. But it's interesting. What's doesn't Mr. T have a another company, TSMG or something like that? What was that? Mr. Trump company. What's the company? Ticker. Let's see. Oh yeah, Trump TM. What is it? Which operates. Wait. Ticker DJT. Yeah, the only one I really knew about was Trump Media and Technology Group. DJT. I didn't know. I'm not very aware of the Trump Bitcoin mining one, but yeah, that's interesting. Are you also into the TMTG ticker DJT? I'm just curious. And let me hold on. ABTC. ABTC right here. American Bitcoin. Interesting. Dun. Let's take a look at this. Bum. Yeah, right here we go. Okay. Dun. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it hasn't done very well recently. Dun. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, maybe it's just a learning experience, and yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. All right, let's go back here. Here's Amazon. Again, we're looking at Amazon because of their, they just acquired Fauna Robotics, and Amazon is expanding with Zoox, their robo-taxis. Again, here's some of their chart patterns. Again, a lot of the head and shoulders coming up here, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then there's your neckline. Thanks, Gepardai. And for those of you joining, Kimberlyn, MZ Lady, Ms. Lady, John, hello. Anna, greetings and welcome. If you have a ticker, let me know. Just drop it in the comments. Again, this is an educational channel where we try to answer some of the questions about chart patterns, indicators, earnings, fundamentals, etc. And if you have questions that we don't cover here, Jay Ferrari, looking at TradingView. Yeah, if you're watching from home, looking at TradingView right now. Again, and if you have questions that I don't cover here, you can always send me a WhatsApp. The contact information is right behind me. Again, here's your right. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then there's your neckline. Bang. Okay, that's enough chart patterns. You can always get more if you want. Let's go back over here and let's see how the trade volume is doing. Yes, right now, as you can see, there's some consolidation, continuation in the chart pattern. So the trade volume, you can see right there, trade volume right here is down. You can see based on that. Let's see. Okay, nice. Jay Ferrari, actually no. This channel is actually for everything American markets and American headlines, but good question, no problem. And here we go. All right, let's take a look right now. Volume is at 11.5 million. Market cap is at 2.2 trillion. And okay, earnings. Here we go. What is Amazon earning these days? Thank you all for the likes, the follows. I'm no algorithm engineer, but I've heard it helps the channel. So thank you very much for those of you who are liking and following and sharing your insights. That's what this is for. to build a community of like-minded people so that we can share and discuss a lot of the ideas here. So quarterly Q4, Q4 actually just missed it, but Q2 and Q3 beat the earnings expectations. But annually, yeah, see, you can have a bad quarter or two and you can still come out on top for the annual earnings. So 2023, 2024, and 2025 all beat earnings expectations. The same thing here with right here, annual. Oh, interesting. So again, sometimes the earnings do not correlate with the revenue, the profits, or the income. So be aware of that. But here they do. We had good earnings, and now the one and the only, good name, I like it. Knet, hello. Mohammed, greetings and welcome. John, love the name. Okay, so here, 2023, 2024, and 2025, all three great for revenue, profit, operating income, and net income. Very good. And those years also had great earnings as well. Elizabeth McIntyre, thank you very much for the likes. It does help, I appreciate it. Definitely learning experience. Who knew losing money could actually be funny sometimes? I had high projection. Well, I'm not sure it was funny at the time, but you probably can look back and laugh now maybe. But again, it happens to everyone. And yeah, it's just, again, you don't learn by winning, you learn by losing. And then, yeah, so, yeah, well, anyway, at least you have a sense of humor about it. That's always good. Okay, so that's Amazon. Another one we're going to take a look at here is, oh yeah, Meta. They have a $375 million payout for violating New Mexico's, yeah, I'll put this up here, dun, dun, dun. If you are a Meta fan, where is it, dun, 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 Meta, yeah. Meta must pay $375 million for violating New Mexico laws in child exploitation case. If anyone is a Meta fan, yeah, that's what the jury says anyway. Also, for example, here we're going to talk about how Meta, they make big bets on their leaders because they want to keep some of their best talent and not let them go away. S2 Ray, greetings and welcome. Grumpy Armadillo, love the name. Yes. Now, again, so they're actually offering stock options to some of the bigger leaders to keep their talent in there as competitors like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google build momentum. Meta stock is down 4% in the past year. Microsoft also dropped 5%. However, Alphabet jumped up 73% for the year. Let's take a look here. I want to show you one for sure. This is Corning. Let's see. For example, why am I talking about Corning? Because as of March 2026, this is an interesting one. Corning shares are experiencing a significant rally, surging over 60% year to date and over 200% in the last year. Now, this spike is driven by a massive AI-driven demand for its fiber optic products, a major $6 billion agreement with Meta, and positive analyst upgrades. So bear in mind, Corning is, that's why I bring this to you, because Corning is not necessarily one of those big ones that you get that you hear a lot about, but it is one to be aware of because, yeah. Yeah, it's one to be aware of because of what it's doing. It just doesn't get a lot of market headline attention, okay? So here we go, dun, dun, dun. Corning, let's break them down right here. Dun, 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 dun. Corning, okay. So here we go, looking at Corning because they're doing very well right now. Okay, there's that. Now here we go, right here. What do you see right now? The RSI has been very, very neutral, and it is again starting to break out right here, as you can see, bang. And that's also reflective in the price chart. See the price chart there and the RSI right there. It was, again, very, very neutral here, Rome right there. And then, so you see the consolidation, the continuation, the hidden ceiling, the hidden floor, resistance, support, etc. Right there, same thing in the RSI. And then there's a catalyst and it starts to break out. Again, you see that right kind of here, runs parallel. And now in the MACD, you can see it breaking out right there on the MACD as well. So just be aware of that. Again, if you want more information about how to use the MACD or the RSI, just send me a message there to my WhatsApp. That's good. And also, let's go right here, to here. Here's a basically chart pattern. Here's your head, here's your left shoulder, and your right shoulder. Again, this one doesn't break out, but the chart pattern is there nonetheless. Okay, and then right here, where is it? Okay, change your settings a little bit and you'll see these patterns break out more and more. And you can see actually, if you zoom in, how they, yeah, just like that, how it market corrects. You see the market correction right here in the chart pattern, these small double bottoms, and it goes up right there. You don't see those unless you zoom in and change the timing a lot right there, okay? Now there's that, let's see. Again, there's a lot of graphs, a lot of charts here, but I'm trying to give you the best information and break it down to you as best I can. Here, down here, you see, if you zoom out on this, this looks like it's right there, boom. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, change the time, and right there is your double bottom. I know, this stuff is not easy to see. You have to have the eye for it and zoom in, zoom out, adjust the settings, but there it is. So again, if you're having trouble seeing some of the patterns on your own sometimes when you're on TradingView at home or something, feel free to send me a message and I can help explain some of the settings on that and how to be able to find the chart patterns easier, okay? But also, Corning jumped another 9% after Bank of America raised its price target to 155 because there's stronger optical cycle and higher GPU content in the scale-out systems and AI-driven fiber demand. So that's a little bit of an update on TradingView about Corning, which is what we're looking at right now. Again, go over here and right here, for example, again. Okay, this is another. Here's your reverse head and shoulders. It keeps it breaking out and going up right there. And then as we zoom out right here, zoom out right here. Again, what are the little patterns that keep this thing going up right here? You can see here's a small little reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline, and then bang, it breaks out right here and goes up. Again, that keeps the chart pattern going up. Those are the little patterns right there. And then let's see, here we go. Right here, some of these necklines are very diagonal. Here's your again right here, reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, bang, there's that. And then you can see this one does break out and go up right there, boom. Okay, change this, hold on, here we go. And let's see, I'll give you a couple more before we finish. Let's see, yeah, again, kind of have to have a creative eye. Here's the reverse, here's the left shoulder, right shoulder, there we go, there's the neckline, there's the breakout. Fun stuff, right? Who knew that chart patterns could be fun, right? Golden balls, I love that name. Speaking of golden balls, here's the golden bull. If you love the golden bull, give me a smiley face. Yes, if you like my golden bull, there it is. Bang, you know. Are things going to turn around and become more of a bull market soon? Or what do you think? For the we were just talking about the precious metals. Is it going to turn into another bull run soon? Yeah. Well, there it is. There's my pet bull. All right. And then here we go. Dun. Okay. All right, that's Corning Incorporated. Now let's go back over here to the beginning. Dun. Here we go, and bring this down here. Here we go, right here. Now, what I want you to see here, for example, is again, this is Corning, and as you see right here, there's price action. There's price action right here. So of course there is more trade volume right here as well. So right now the trade volume is at 6.9 million and market cap is at 127 billion. Okay. Now, taking a look here at the earnings, again, Corning Incorporated. Here we go, quarterly, Q4, Q3, and Q2. You see how the purple lines, purple graphs are higher than the gray. That means the actually recorded earnings beat the expectations. And right here, annually, done 2025, for the year, equaled expectations. 2024 beat expectations, and 2023 equaled it. So for the last 3 years, you can say that Corning either equaled or beat expectations. Now, let's see, 2024, how does that correlate over here? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, 2024, actually 2023 doesn't correlate because, very interesting. 2023 equaled expectations, but had a very negative, see 2023 equaled expectations, but was red all the way down, had a very negative revenue, very negative gross profit, very negative income, everything was negative that year. However, 2024 beat the expectations, and they still had negative pre-tax income, negative net income, but their revenue, profit, and operating income was good. 2025 also just equaled the earnings expectations. However, 2025 was great for revenue, profit, and earnings. So interesting how that works out. So again, if you have questions, comments, or want to look into more things that we've been discussing, you can always feel free to contact me here on my WhatsApp if you want. I'll be here at the same time tomorrow. Looking forward to answering any of your questions or comments. And until then, stay tuned and thank you very much.